Hello everyone, my name is Ben Bronkhorst. I am the founder of Bronkhorst Guitar Works. For today's video, I would like to answer the question, what is the classical guitar and how is it different from other styles? Before we begin, please do me the favor of subscribing to this channel and also by liking the video and sharing it on all your social media platforms. Thank you. When people speak about the classical guitar, they sometimes confuse it with other acoustic styles of playing like folk, jazz, blues, or just simple old accompaniment. The classical guitar is not an accompaniment instrument, although it can be used for that purpose. And my aim in this video is not to compare it with other styles, but to just describe its features and how it's different from other styles. So I don't want to be too comprehensive in this video, so that's why I'm focusing purely on the classical guitar. Now, the classical guitar is a stringed instrument from the guitar family on which you play classical music. The classical guitar is a solo instrument, so it's different from other styles in three ways. First, the instrument, the music secondly, and then lastly, the player. So first, the instrument itself is different in two specific ways. The first is the construction of the entire guitar, and the second is the strings are different. The classical guitar is usually handmade, but there are also manufactured classical guitars on the market. But I would like to briefly focus on the handmade classical guitars. So the soundboard is usually constructed on the inside with a fan bracing system that allows for even flow of resonance. That means the sound travels in a balanced way. The sound carries evenly. It's just right. This construction allows for the classical guitar to be played in big concert halls without additional amplification. The strings are also different from other styles. They are made from nylon. Other styles are usually steel strung. So nylon is soft on the fingers and on the nails. Some players are known to play without nails. I play with nails, traditionally. That is how we play. So all 6 strings are nylon. The bass strings, the ones on top here, the top 3 strings that you as the listener sees when you listen to a player, are wound with silver plated wires, usually made out of brass or copper. And that's how the instrument itself is different from other guitars. Secondly, the music that is played on the instrument is different in 2 ways. The first is the style of music, and the second is the way that the music is played on the instrument. So first, the style of music that is played on the classical guitar is classical music. You can also play music from any musical time period, right from the early period of music to even the modern period. Now, it's also common for musicians to transcribe music composed for other instruments to be played on the classical guitar. For example, a lot of Domenico Scarlatti's, he was an Italian composer. His keyboard sonatas have been transcribed for the classical guitar, among other composers. Secondly, the way that the music is played on the classical guitar is different. A classical guitar player will play fingerstyle with or without nails, and as I've said, traditionally with nails. So the nails act as picks or plectrums to produce the sound, kind of like this. So just like a concert pianist uses all their fingers to play the piano, so a concert guitarist plays all their fingers to play the guitar. And again, it is a solo instrument, not necessarily an accompaniment instrument. And that is how the music is different. So lastly, the player is called a classical guitarist. The classical guitarist is different from other guitarists, again, 2 ways. The first is the way in which the guitarist learns the classical guitar. Now, learning the classical guitar usually takes a longer amount of time to grasp. A classical guitarist will usually follow a method on their own or go to a teacher who takes them through that method, or a curriculum. The second is how they focus on their playing if they choose music as a career. So a classical guitarist would concertize, compete, or teach full-time as a solo artist. A guitarist in a band usually focuses on teaching or concertizing as a part of a group, whereas the classical guitarist functions more like a professional solo athlete, if you will. So I'm not comparing to illustrate that the classical guitar is better than other styles, just different, and that's all. So to conclude this video, I would like to play a composition of my own. It's an interlude in E minor. Thank you, and goodbye. I hope you enjoy the piece that I have composed.